the fact that I was in complete denial and saw things right in front of me, but just like I was protecting myself, I was protecting my kids. I had this family, right? I didn't want to be a failure. To me, losing my marriage was failing.
You wrote about that.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations, God, Body, Sean. Welcome, 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 welcome. How y'all doing out there? What is it, Wednesday evening? Hope y'all having a good, productive week. It's Elevation Nation Conversations. I'm your man, God, Body, Sean. I appreciate y'all for joining me, subscribing, sharing. I like to call y'all the Elevation Nation tribe. We all the tribe. We believe in elevating whatever we do in life to the next level, continuously learning and growing. So that's what Elevation Nation tribe is, like-minded individuals that believe in elevating and growing and continually learning and doing better. But we're going to get right to it. I saw an interview with Shaunnie O'Neal. I think her last name is Henderson now. She used to be married to SHAQUILLE O'Neal. She remarried now. I think she remarried to a pastor. And she has a book coming out now. So she's doing the promo tour and the promo run, trying to push and promote the book. And and you know, she really has no fame or any eyes on her besides her being Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife. So for her to push and promote this book, she got to put something juicy in there about Shaq, or she got to talk crazy or run her mouth like a hyena. You know, a lot of women these days, they kind of just run off at the mouth like hyenas and just talk crazy. Really don't got too much interesting or wise to say. But she's promoting her book, and she's talking to Tamron Hall on her TV show, and she said something about Shaq that a lot of people were getting not mad, but a lot of people had something to say about it, and they're kind of upset about it. But as you get older and you have experience in dating and relationships and life and dating women or men or whatever, you learn things. And when I heard what she said, I really didn't have a problem with it because I understand it. I understand it. It's human nature, it's women's nature, men's nature. So we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna look at the interview, and then I'm gonna chime in, let you know what I think about what she's saying. And don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's get to it.
Okay, when life for our next guest took a difficult turn, she carved a whole new lane for herself, becoming a trailblazing executive producer, creator of one of the most talked about reality show franchises. Before social media and the Real Housewives were around, Shaunnie Henderson created Basketball Wives, taking us behind the scenes from the court into the lives of women who had married, divorced, and dated NBA players. The show became a huge hit. Everybody was watching it, of course, the drama unfolding in their lives. But here's what was interesting. When it came time to submit a first draft of her real life and her memoir, giving a glimpse of her story, Shaunnie's publishers told her that she wasn't being honest enough. Shaunnie has revealed she was most nervous to write about her 7-year marriage and divorce.
Now I want to pause it right there. She admits and she says that her publisher, when they read the first edit of the book, they said she wasn't being honest enough. That's BS. They basically wanted her to talk about her relationship with Shaq, because that is what was gonna get and draw the attention and the readers and people to purchase the book and want to know really anything that's in it. Because before Shaquille O'Neal, Shaunnie really she wasn't a public figure like that. So that's cap right there when they said it. They just wanted her to talk about Shaq so to get more people to buy into the book and cause a little controversy or stir up some interest.
Our friend, NBA Hall of Famer SHAQUILLE O'Neal, in her new book, Undefeated, Changing the Rules and Winning on My Own Terms. I love that title. Shaunnie writes about life, being married to one of the biggest basketball greats, and finding new love and becoming the first lady of a church. Here's a clip of the audio.
I'm a leader, an entrepreneur, and a first lady of a church. The self-knowledge and growth that's made those roles possible has come from sleepless nights, dark depression, anger over self-inflicted denial and dependency, and disgust at compromises I've made along the way. In other words, I have scars, but those scars have made me who I am.
Wow. Tam fam, please welcome back to our show in person, Shaunnie Henderson. Come on out, Shaunnie.
In that little audio clip, when they were doing the introduction of her, they said she said that she did a lot of growing because she's a first lady of a church now. She's married to a pastor. She said she's had a lot of disgust of some of the choices that she made in her past. Yeah, she's disgusted with the choice that she made of compromising herself and really kind of just dealing with a man just for resources. So she feels disgusted about that now after she got the money and had the lifestyle.
No, it's a lot.
It's a lot. And then to hear you say it, I was like, oh God, I didn't do that.
I mean, people don't realize because they think of the show that you created and it being about what happens in someone's home. You live in a privacy bubble. That's what you called it. You said, my bubble is a state of mind. It's an attitude that says when it comes to my personal life and my family, people are untrustworthy until proven otherwise. So you hid a lot. Because you couldn't always trust everybody with your story.
Yes, absolutely. And in my book, I talk about that so much because, you know, even my husband now, I had to explain to him my privacy bubble because it might not be normal, you know?
Well, it's so interesting because you created a show based on people telling their business. Right. And you were like, you can tell yours, but I'm not telling mine.
Exactly. And I protected my space. Yeah. I shared what I wanted to share specifically. I grew up in a house where my mother was like, what goes on in our house stays in this house. So that's literally how I lived my life. Even in my book now, writing about it, I was not comfortable telling my story because my story involves my mom, my story involves my dad, my story involves my ex-husband. And it's not their decision to write a book, right? It was mine. So it was like I was shielding everything to protect everybody.
You know, I've said on the show, I'm typically not a fan of memoirs because people reinvent stories, and then they would come on our show and I'd say on page 99, and then they'd say, I didn't say that. I'm like, it's in page 99.
Right.
I love that your publisher said to you, you're not being honest enough. You got to go back at it. I'm getting emotional because you go deep in this. Yeah. And it's why it's a beautiful book. You talk about your parents, and they were married 54 years prior to your dad's passing in March 2022. You wrote, growing up as a child, there was infidelity on your dad's part, and your mom could not forgive him for what he'd done, but stayed in the marriage. That leads you to a pattern, which you write about in your own marriage, in your marriage to SHAQ for 7 years. You wrote, I'm not proud of the fact that I spent so many years in denial. It shows how easy it is to slip into patterns and become comfortable with them, even when they're toxic.
Absolutely. And no one writes this manual, right, of how to do life. I wish. But, and I own my space. I own my decisions. I own the fact that I was in complete denial and saw things right in front of me. But just like, I was protecting myself. I was protecting my kids. I had this family, right? I didn't want to be a failure. To me, losing my marriage was failing.
You wrote about that specifically. Yeah. You talked about, first of all, Leave It to SHAQ. When your book was announced, he tweeted out, uh-oh, nah. And then he said, I'm playing, congrats. He said he was just playing. But you said about the marriage, you said, looking back, I don't know that I was ever really in love with the man. It made me want to cry. Yeah. But I was in love with the idea of being married to the man I had a family with. I was in love with the idea of building a life together.
Absolutely. I was in love with the partnership that I never got. I didn't experience partnership in a relationship until now. But, you know, SHAQUILLE and I have a great relationship now.
And beautiful children.
And beautiful children.
All right, we're gonna pause it right there, man. Hit that like, subscribe button. But basically what she's saying she was in the marriage and she really didn't love SHAQ, you know, and I understand it. This dates back to the beginning of time, and a lot of women don't like to admit it or don't like to speak about it, but women tend to be the weaker species. They're not as strong as men. They're not as, you know, fast or things like that. And back in the days, you had to go kill your food. You had to build your shelter. You had to be able to protect yourself from wild animals or just other people that would try to, you know, come grape and kill and steal and murder. So women would fall under the protection and leadership for provision from men. They had to in order to survive. And a lot of times they weren't, you know, well, back in the day, they might not have been attracted to them, or they might not have been in love with them or loved them or anything like that, but they were doing it out of necessity to survive. They had to do it to survive. And that's basically what SHAUNIE ONEAL is saying right now. She's saying she regret staying in the marriage so long, and she was kind of disgusted at some of her compromises and things like that. And she's taking a look at her stuff now. She's saying, well, damn, yeah, I do feel kind of bad, because I was really just rocking with SHAQ just for provision, protection, resources, to be covered. And she know that. SHAQUILLE O'Neal was established. He was making money, young dude, on top of, you know, top of his game, got resources coming in. He was physically attracted to her, and maybe she wasn't physically attracted to him, but he provided those things that she needed. He provided a lifestyle. He provided the spotlight. And what she did was she went along with that because she needed protection. She wanted to have a lifestyle. She wanted to have access to money and resources. So she got along to get along. A lot of women do that now. A lot of women do that now. That's the fucking norm. Janet Jackson did it with the Arab guy, the prince, billionaire, whatever. Married him, stayed with him for a little while, had a kid, locked in the child support and the alimony, and then she was out of there. She was out. What's the model name? Anna Nicole Smith, I think it was, the blonde chick. She was married to a dude that was damn near 90 years old in a wheelchair because he had resources. He had access. He had a network that she could utilize and access and get to uplift herself and elevate herself to the next level. You see it all the time. It's been happening. It's happening now, and it will go on, and it's going to continue to happen. You can see it with a lot of the entertainment industry and the sports industry. You see men on top of their game, at the highest levels, earning a living, having a lifestyle, having access to resources and networks and things like that, and they get the beautiful, the bad chick, because men are more visual. They get the bad chick and they know what it is. They know, you know, a man know if a woman is really not feeling him like that. But also, men also understand that a lot of times women are not looking for looks the way men look for looks. Men are more visual. A lot of times, you know, when you're established and you're accomplished and you have access and things like that, you have the ability to pick and choose the women you want. You want to go with the beautiful one. You want to go with the good looking one. You want to go with the fit one. You want to go with the one that has the dope body. So you have the choice. So you'll pick that even though you know she might not be into you as you are into her as far as visually. But women have this thing where they could detach themselves from your looks and say, okay, I fuck with him because he got what I need. Protection, provision, and resources. That's why you'll see a lot of overweight, bald men with no teeth, and they got a bad woman. And you're like, damn, how did he get her? She need those resources. She need access to what he got going on. She need to feel, she need to be protected. So it's basically like an exchange for an exchange. The man has his shit together. He has his resources. He has stuff going on. And in exchange for having access to this pretty, beautiful woman that he can have sex with, that she can maybe give him kids or she can give him companionship, he'll say, I'm willing to pay with my money to be with her. Because that's what she wants. She wants the lifestyle and the money. Jeff Bezos. He's dating a actress now. I think she's a Hispanic lady. She's a little bit younger than him, but she's a good looking woman. When you look at Jeff Bezos looked like he was a nerd in school. He was the geek. Now that he got some money, now he want to work out and physical fit and all that, whatever. But she's rocking with him because he got paper. He got money. Did you see Jeff Bezos' first wife compared to his second wife or whatever? His first wife was basic. She was basic. She was like a school teacher. And that's because they probably met and stayed together when he was building and he didn't have access and choices like he did once he got the money and the resources. So now that he has money and resources, he has more of a choice and he can choose women that he wants that are visually appealing to him with what he like. And women use their beauty and their femininity and their curves and things like that to have the choice of the men they want because they know that's what's important to certain men. Certain men, when you get to a certain point, you don't care about what the woman is doing as far as career-wise, money-wise, things like that. All you want is a fit, feminine, pretty woman that's going to be faithful and be loyal and shut up sometimes. I honestly didn't know Shaq and Shaunnie were only married for 7 years. I thought it was longer than that. I think they got like 3 or 4 kids or whatever. But it's the trade-off, man. It's the trade-off. It's modern day. It is what it is. It's almost like acculturated prostitution. Fair exchange. It's been happening since forever. Shit. Not Anna Nicole Smith. What was it? John F. Kennedy and the Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was a baddie back then. Young baddie. John F. Kennedy, he had power. Shit, he had power. So, of course, she wanted to deal with the Kennedy. He got power. He got money, power, and respect. The Ghetto Boys had a song about that. I don't give a fuck. I got the money, power, and respect. So that's what's important to men. Having that money, having that power, having that respect. And what that does, that gives you access to what you like visually and physically. And that's what they do. They choose. So, Shaunnie just telling the truth, man. I respect her for telling the truth. A lot of people getting mad at it, but shit, it's been going on since forever. It's another one, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. She said it in her book. She didn't really like Will. She didn't care about Will. She said her true love was like Tupac or something like that. So Will was the second choice. And Will probably know that. Well, Will know that. So he like, shit, she a little fine chick. Yeah, I want to fuck. I want to hit. I want her around. I want her beauty. So I'll exchange and give her that lifestyle for me having access to her and her beauty. It's all on Instagram. It's all on TikTok now. Women do it all day long. They do it on YouTube. They using their femininity and beauty to get access to the money and the resources. Women that get on YouTube and they'll dance and prance around in some thongs and a bikini and they'll get 1 million likes and hits and they make money off that. So everybody shouldn't be mad at Shaunnie shit. Shaunnie is just doing what women do. Women are hypergamous and they want to go where the money at. They want to go with the men who have power, who are in control. And that's what it is. Men show love by doing and providing. Women show love by saying they love. They don't do too much on the action part if they really not into you like that. And we can go on and on and on. We have 1,001 examples of that going on in the industry. 50 Cent. 50 Cent got paper. 50 Cent dealing with some badass model chicks. And all the women I've heard of or spoke to have always said 50 Cent is not attractive at all. But 50 Cent got power and he got money. He got a network. He got resources. So it boils down to that basic level. It boils down to that basic level. Women want access to the lifestyle and the resources, and men want access to the woman and the beauty and the femininity and the sex. Strip clubs. Men going there to see and look at women and have access to women. Cause some of them be in there tricking off. Yeah, they be fucking for that money. And they go in there and spend their money because it's a fair trade-off. They getting what they want, the woman get what they want, and that's what it is. So that's what has the whole dating system broke down right now. The whole marriage thing, families and things like that. Shit is deteriorating because folks are marrying for different reasons, man. It's not what you think. That love thing, very rare. It's very rare. So, I'm not mad at Shawnee, man. Hit that like, subscribe button. Give me a comment in the comment section what y'all think about it. Was Shawnee out of pocket for saying that, or was she just telling her truth and was she being real with it? A lot of people can't handle and don't want to hear the real. But Elevation Nation Tribe, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and tuning in. But let me know what y'all think. But it's the truth. Shit, it's been happening since the Bible. With Adam and Eve, man. So it's part of the game, man. Men get the money and the power so they can have access to women that they want, and women keep their beauty and shit like that looking and together because they know that gives them access to the men with the money and power. It's just the dynamics. But let me know what y'all think about this. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section. I know I'm missing a couple other little topics I can hit on and speak about, but I got some other things to do, so I'll check y'all on the next thing. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I'll check y'all later. Peace.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God, Body, Sean.